Yeah. So now let me finish up the point with the. So in closing on that, I didn't this assortment of. But let me just say it real quick. When I say Kamala with the art in this lifetime, whoever the relativity is all relative, and I think of when you say the art, what has been it is it's possible in the lives we live today without the people that put this shit into play. We celebrate the them on money, currency. They got cities and all the cities and towns and all the fucking shits named after on holidays. They got all this. But the motherfucker who backs it was built off of gets no recognition. Instead, they get a stigma like a fucking rainy cloud over their head for all of their lives of why don't these people work, why they lazy, why they so violent. When nobody looking at the root, when the root is in their fucking face, and it gets annoying to a certain sect of people, me being in that sect, we ain't never been given a just due. Then you gotta understand. Let me tell you some shit, right? A politician, if they was to give you the perfect scenario of how life could be, and you agree with them, right? Then they just got your vote. But let's just say a politician just goes, let's just be on some outrageous shit. Let's say a politician one day gets smart enough and say, I really want to make a change. Like, I'm a politician. I really believe in change in America. And it needs to be drastic change. Let's say they give you every good lie you fucking need to hear. Then they get in that bitch. I'm talking about day one. Soon as everything's sworn in, they get in that motherfucker. And they executive order like 100 executive orders the very first fucking day of shit that you ain't even agree for. Shit that they been doing in their head that they wanted to do. They just know they needed to get in office. Now, every fucking president in the history of every country has done this shit because you can't get possibly done all your campaign promises. That's just impossible. But it's the main fucking shit that you get a motherfucker to vote for you on that you can sell them that they buy into, right? That same point that you know, oh, they like that. Let me keep hitting on that point over and over. Let me keep rebuttaling that point. What George Bush said, he's telling shit over and over again, right? Tell the same lie, whatever he said. So, okay, same type of shit. But let's say this person is smart enough that they say, you know what? I'm gonna feed whatever the fucking wave is. I'm gonna feed it, I'm gonna ride it. And then when I get there, for the people who really wanted fucking change, I'm gonna fucking just executive order all this shit. Do you know, or I ain't gonna say do you know because that sounds subjective. I'm being objective. Is it fair to believe that they have put their lives in danger if they were to actually deliver on big promises? So the shit that we find impossible, getting the people that's backed up on their mortgages, reverse mortgages, counseling, all that, people saving people homes, healthcare for all the major shit. And they say, you know what? I'm gonna put an executive order in. I ain't saying this on the campaign trail because think about it. Shit you say on the campaign trail can keep you from being fucking elected. I'm gonna cater to the fucking minds, and then when I get in this bitch, I'm an executive order. I'm gonna change all this shit. Cause they got the power. Will if they do that, is it fair to assume there's a possibility that their life might be in danger? Is it fair to assume that even if you not Trump and you are Kamala Harris and you see what happened, that he almost got whacked, is it fair to assume that you like, damn, that's the Secret Service. That's the same agency finna be watching me. Is it fair to assume fear? Do we ever get to understand how fear works in one single individual? How the leaders of societies have been killed because they were fearless. You got to understand how fear operates. You can be the having the most powerful title, though be it as it may, the president, POTUS. But guess what? Fear. To know that there's snipers that can take your ass out at any given fucking time, any given time. So is it fair to say, I'm being subjective, not yeah, objective, not whatever. Point is, I'm being open, and I'm saying, is it fair to ask or assume the question that if you step out of line and you was to set these executive orders and have lied to the people and said that, hey, I'm gonna do this because you wasn't expected to do none of this actual make changes. But if you say, you know what, I'm gonna break all ties, I'm gonna make changes, I'm gonna make promises, and you dropped 100 executive orders, is it fair to assume that your life, after what you recently seen in this presidential cycle, is it fair to assume that your life can be in danger? And so that's, even if no matter what party you in, whatever you, it only, you can be even on a local scale as far as a state governor. It's fair to now understand that it might be looking like, pardon me, and I've got to word this very carefully. I ain't saying what nothing is. I'm just saying to the eye of consumption. Is it fair to assume that it looks like it's open game? Like, if you freaking don't walk your line, yeah, they left when I said that. Does it? But it's scary too, because even saying that, I didn't expect this conversation even to get there. I expected to just do my little 1-2s and say my correction about what could have been perceived, what I said about Kamala as far as being with the op. That's not an op. That's her lover. That's who she love. That's. But I was talking about more so now. I drifted into saying that after you see these lapses, it'll make you feel like, damn, if you do ever get a candidate, because I'm not looking at this political cycle like, first of all, life is about what we all got going, right? We get tied into this political cycle because that's what dominate the airways. And then it's in our lives, and it's at our dinner tables, and it's at our offices, and at our buildings or workplaces and stuff. And it's consuming us and stressing us and shit. I know it did me. I don't know. I always been into politics. So this shit is kicking my fucking ass. I'll be glad when all this shit is over with. But while it's in the fucking air, it's just like, okay, damn, you see how it's turned like very violent, like multiple assassinations that we getting used to seeing. And it's like kind of like diluting us to possibilities that if we do ever see the shit, we're not gonna be as shocked as if we would have been successful, because we've seen it too much. And it's like, I don't know, it just I don't know. I don't even know where I want to go with the topic no more. So I'm gonna just leave that shit there. I ain't gonna even go into the shit. Yeah. And yeah, I'm gonna leave that topic there. We gonna get into just life now. Fucking yeah. And that's crazy because like, I'm not a political person like I used to be. You feel me? I'm political in the sense of, I understand that local politics and what goes on locally and in your local government is what always starts from. The presidential scale is sort of like Wall Street. Wall Street have a bad day don't necessarily mean you have a bad day in your life. It's for people that's in it that's having a bad day. And so it don't trickle down that fast. So same thing with the presidency. Same way CEOs problems, like they call it rich people problems and shit. CEOs don't trickle down that fast. Presidents really don't trickle down that fast. It eventually makes its effect, but it just doesn't check out Blockstar by ISIS Terrorism SoundCloud. I'm gonna check you out, bro. When I say it say okay, so it say brother has knowledge. We need a third party putting red and blue together. Check out Blockstar by ISIS Terrorism SoundCloud. I'm gonna check that out. On top of me checking that out, you right, we do need a third party. And let me tell you something. We got a third party. We don't need a third party. We got multiple third parties. Most people just caught up in the main primary two parties. So it's like this, you feel me? You see how that party system work? Even when they show you the ribbon, it's literally like this. You feel me? Like these are co-workers. Think about it. They co-workers. Let's talk about this shit real quick. Let's bring this Kamala shit back into play real quick. Before I bring the Kamala shit back in play, let's bring business, right? In life, with lawyers. Lawyers have to be cordial with each other, right? Lawyers have to get information from each other and share information with each other to handle things. So, in the court of law, because you got multiple aspects of law, you got real estate law, you got civil law, you got all kind of law. But in the court aspect, this lawyer has to be cordial enough to keep record with this other lawyer as to what's going on with the case, and therefore, however, it's a profession. They see each other every day, just like no different from any job, blue collar, white collar, whatever. But sometimes a relationship get established. It's all dance. You damn right. It's a great dance. It's a chemistry dance, and the chemistry comes from being coworkers and understanding. That's why the old swap 'em out system, railroad system, etc. But you also have lawyers that have been prosecutors, and this is why I think about the Kamala part. If you say you was a progressive prosecutor, the best defensive lawyer is a lawyer that was a prosecutor. That's a fact. I'm gonna say it again. The best defensive lawyer was a lawyer that was a prosecutor. So why did you never in your career try defense law? If you were so much for the people, that's what you for. Why wasn't you haven't none in your career have you ever tried defense law? You always tried the prosecutorial part, and you find that very good when you debating, when you on the prosecutorial part. But when you being questioned on the defense part, you kind of lack. So the question comes into play now that you say you're a progressive prosecutor. Why haven't you ever tried defense law? Because lawyers have to be cordial with each other. You made good rapports with defensive lawyers. So why haven't you ever tried that? That would just be something that I would just think about. And now I don't forgot all my points because all these people in here looking and I forgot my points. I like it better when I feel like I'm talking to myself. But yeah, I just think that though, like you just gotta know that people have to be cordial and understand that the same thing with the parties. That's what my original point was. The same way lawyers are cordial with each other, Democrats and Republicans start off like this, running against each other, right? In the race. Then you go off to DC. DC is the top where my knuckles is at. Now we're in the same capital. We see each other. We have to make a daily report the same way this lawyer and this defense lawyer and this prosecutor got to make a report with each other. But the same way you have improper practices in law when people start mingling past that and doing little fringe-worthy things. Same thing in Congress. Yeah, y'all tune out with that, but it's a real fact that now you got these people politicking at the top where they're still together, and then we're all divided here at the bottom on these issues and shit. But this is co-workers at the top with the same parties, same agenda at the top because they are rich. Once you get to you can't even get up. Think about it. It's at the top. And would you really like? You know what's so cool about where I live at? They got in a local race where it's a lady. She looked like an everyday lady. She on the Democratic side. Like she is like almost look like she needs the money. And but it also look like she know the issues as well. Cause then when they asked how would you respond to homelessness in certain areas, she said I would respond with getting more mental health involved. And I was thinking, you damn right, it gotta be mental health. Who the hell? So my point that I'm making is she was on court on point with the issues, but she seemed like she wasn't that affluent. But the Republican who was going against her, he looked at like and pardon me, but we get conditioned in life to say this person looks the part, right? So he in the suit, well groomed, he got businesses and stuff like that, and he's running against her. But when it came to the issues, she was on point with the issues, but she really looked like she needed the money. And versus he looked like he was established in life. So then it comes to our moral compass. When you're taking advice from someone, even myself, right? I might have more people tuning in if I had a big ass staircase behind me and I had put on a suit or something. So, what we observe could capture us or captivate us and the message that we're receiving. Versus if we're receiving a powerful message from a person that don't look like they fit the role, but they know what they're talking about. So that's what I saw, and I thought that was unique. That was on a local race that I seen. So on a national scale, what I'm saying is if you can identify like with a person, if would we ever see a person on a national scale that get up to a presidential scale that we can really like say economically we identify with a person that might own a home but don't own multiple homes, isn't a multimillionaire? Would we trust them to lead the country? We gotta look in ourselves. Would we? Or would we say they gotta have money to be established? Because plus, and I like to always incorporate music whenever I'm making my points, because I always be thinking of songs as I'm talking. Like Plies say, talk to a broke nigga. I don't know. He said do something. Talk to a rich nigga. You'll feel better. And he was just giving advice. He wasn't saying women. He was saying period. You talk to a person who has made it and thrived in life financially, and they can tell you something, and it'll hit harder than a person who might not have had accomplished as much. And that's just how we is as people. You feel me? So do we equate that money that these folks be having, though be it a lot of it packed and corporation backed money, but the personal success, financial success that they got, do we equate that with that being a great president? Because if we look at wealth as being a great president, we need to just put the billionaires directly into the office. We know the billionaires. The billionaires is all the owners of these damn teams that we like. So why don't we just vote them right in the damn office? Let's skip the shenanigans and just vote them directly in the damn office. Let's vote our favorite billionaire. If we're gonna do that, let's just vote Buddy from Dallas. I can't Mark Cuban. You feel me? He got a good personality. We know him in the public eye. You feel me? We trust his money sense. He got a cool personality. Let's just vote the billionaire, because if we equate a man's financial prowess as success as what's gonna lead us out of this debt that we supposed to be occurring, that we don't give a fuck about, because we steady sending money all to these fucking countries that ain't no candidate ever got asked that damn question. They get asked every question in these little fake town halls except for why do our money keep getting sent overseas, but when it comes for money for Social Security, money for education, that's always the first on the chopping block. Who wants our kids not getting educated? Who wants our kids continuously falling behind? Who keep cutting at this education department? Who keep cutting at this Social Security department, but keep clearing all this damn money to go over fucking seas? And what the fuck? For people who ain't work for the shit. Like, we over here working. We not even talking about immigration at this point. Fuck immigration. Immigration, you talking about immigration. This is both parties talking about fucking immigration when our money keep fucking immigrating. Our money keep migrating. Yeah. How the fuck is our money migrating? We're taking on immigration and our money is migrating to fucking other countries. That's sinking the money. Who the fuck trying to kill our money? Don't let me preach today, bitch. Who the fuck trying to kill our money? Because let me tell you something. If me and you living in the household and our rent is $1,000, you supposed to bring 500, I'm supposed to bring 500. But you take 300 and you put it in the next fucking house. Well, guess what? We 300 short over here. That's America is this house for these people who don't know how I put this shit together figuratively. America is the house. America, the government, you supposed to bring 500 because that's the taxes and all the shit that you get hit up for when you get your check, right? So, fucking, you hit me up for 500. Okay, you supposed to come with your half of the rent. My half is the 500 you letting me keep by me being the agent of the state. That's where you could tax me. I ain't gonna get too deep. Okay, I bring my 500, but every time it's time for you to bring your 500, you talking about you gave Ukraine 300. So now we 300 short on the rent over this bitch, and you talking about we in debt. You talking about we need a leader. That's what you said. You said we need a leader that know money. I'm telling you, I know money because I keep bringing my fucking 500.
Preach, baby.
But you telling me, no, we need a rich nigga. A rich nigga gonna get us out this bitch. Okay, so you put two rich motherfuckers in my face. You say, pick one. I say, it's some more motherfuckers that's richer than them I want to pick if we gonna do it like that. Because if not, it's some motherfuckers who up under them I really want to pick. Who got wealth, but they ain't got that kind of wealth and they ain't got that backing. But they very qualified. I would love to pick them. Oh, nah, you can't pick them. You only gonna pick these two right here. And they both got wealth. Well, if we're gonna do a system of wealth, then let me just go ahead and pick Mark Cuban. That's my favorite wealth personality. I picked the black guy off the Shark Tank too, him. He'd be the vice president or some shit. Yeah, do it like that. If we're gonna equate a presidential candidate financial success as a balance of who gonna lead us out of this fucking debt that we gonna always have no matter who the president is, because we keep fucking taking 300 from the rent and putting it in the next house. How do what presidential candidate can get us out of this if the systematic problem is we keep taking money off our shit and putting it in the next house? Fuck immigration. We can't afford immigration because we keep taking our money out. Money keep migrating out. And that's why I made the house reference. If you take money out your house, you can't expect to pay your rent. You can't expect to pay your debt. You own these countries and you ain't paying your fucking debt. So here you go. This is when I lose my one viewer, and I appreciate you for locking in with me this long. If we just gonna be the bully, the Debo, why don't we just say like niggas on the block? Bitch, get the what? I ain't gonna impart me, I'm gonna be guided with the words. Okay. I ain't gonna say the old terminology. Okay. Why don't we just say, listen, everybody who we owe, we just give everybody one big conference call. Hey, this is America, what's good with you? Yeah. We ain't paying you. Nah, we ain't paying you. We were looking at our army and shit, and we said, damn, we put so much money in our military. We don't need to pay you motherfuckers. You bitches can't come take shit either. You just be glad we ain't on your ass. So we canceling our debt. We putting that money back into our country and into our citizens. If you got a problem, then click up with some other country and see what the fuck y'all could do about it. Because you can't do shit. We America. So fuck this debt. It ain't no debt. It ain't no debt. We say it's debt. We say it's debt. Bitch, we pay what we want to pay. That's why we ain't paying shit right now. So, since we ain't paying shit, we just gonna tell our people we ain't paying shit. And we just gonna get them the money. And we just gonna be the wealthiest fucking new Dubai around this bitch. But then, here comes a new morality problem. And this is how life works now. The morality problem is, what if one day we all woke up rich, right? America did the right thing. We all in this bitch rich. Who the fuck gonna go to work? Who gonna get shit done? You always need a working class. Right, immigrants. But guess what? Then here comes the morality part, right? This is why I say all shit comes back to relative and shit when you go to looking at psychology. If we use the immigrants, and let's just say we just all rich around this bitch, right? And then we just say, okay, anybody that's not already in the country, We could be doing right. There's a system where it can be. You could say they the working class and we all rich. That is a hell of a point. I get what you're saying. Where you can pay them a good pay, and then they can go back, be seasonal, and go back to their countries, and then be the boss of wherever they at. That's a hell of a thought. But with that in the moral conscience, seem like it happens to us right now. That's what's happening to current us that's working in America. But would it seem like slavery, like there's somebody will call it, like somebody will say that's kind of sense of slavery, or go to iRobot way of life. Hey, listen, hey, look, nah, that's a hell of a point right there. The iRobot way of life, which would be, then we can automate everything, right? That makes sense. Okay, you just said that, bro. Just came up with a plan for America. We fucking call all these countries that say we owe them some shit, and we say, hey, we don't owe you shit. Or we just call up all the countries except for China, and we say we don't owe you shit. We cancel our debt with all the money we're supposed to pay them. We give China they shit. Say, look, we respect y'all like a G. Y'all got some numbers over there. We respect y'all. Okay, we don't want no pressure to fuck up a lot of shit. So check it out. We finna cancel our debt with all these weak ass countries, and we just gonna pay China, and then we finna motherfucking take the other half of the money that we paid off with them, and we gonna put it back in our people, and then we all rich, and we just gonna close our borders, and we gonna automate everything. And bitch, because automation coming anyway, so before we replace all our fucking workers through automation, we just gonna get them all rich, and we gonna be living in this bitch as the richest fucking country, automated country like a motherfucker, and we good. So you right, and it said if the world was out to get you, you would blow up like a powder cat too. Salute. Come on, we running for office. Yo, hey, but bro brought that up. He said that. We got this, bro. Bro just said, I asked the question to bro that if America want to just go ahead and be bullied anyway, motherfucking why don't we just say, hey, we don't owe nobody shit. We got the best military. We put the most money into our shit. We got the most trained, the best sniper. We got the best everything. So we don't owe nobody shit. We been protecting you bitches anyway. So, hey, check this out. Only person we don't want no global shit with, well, Russia and fucking China. So guess what? We don't owe Russia shit. So guess what? China, here go your money, and our people, here go y'all money, and now we finna automate the rest of this shit out. That's our working class, and we rich for fucking ever. That solves all the fucking problems. Right there. Now, here comes a point to my vice president right here. I gotta pose this question to you, bro. It's motherfuckers who aren't good with money. So when I say we rich forever, that's a term. Because rich forever only goes to the man that's gonna be able to be adequate with his money and be able to understand that, okay, how do I spread this shit out? Because, oh, we say automated, so that'll save a lot of shit. That'll do a lot of shit for us. So then we gotta understand what the principle of money and damn, that shit, some shit right there. You just fucked me up, bro. Hey, bro, you just fucked me up. Like, shit is automated. We just live our lives and chilling and get to do. I guess nobody will never go broke, bitch. Like, that shit dope. That shit dope. Like, it's hard to think, that, how do you feel if everything is automated and everybody already got they cribs and everybody already financially, like, if there is a system for failing, I guess they just fall down to the immigrant class. Nah, because then you'll have to deport and that'd be morally wrong. So I don't know how that shit'll work, but I guess it'll be we got to figure out what we would do for those who fall out of the rankings. Because I do believe, let's just say without automation, if everybody in America had $1 million, after a year, what, 10%, maybe 20% will still be millionaires, possibly. Motherfuckers is that bad in America with money. So you gonna paying off everybody, you feel me, is like, it's like this. You got people that's good with money, and people with bad money. If you was bad with money, that's your fucking fault at the end of the day. You feel me? Like once you was able to be in position, once you was able to put yourself in position, grind yourself in position, and then understand, okay, this is what I gotta do, and this is what I gotta do to maintain, and this is what I gotta do to go up from here. You feel me? That's what this shit is about. You gotta feel like in your life that I'm finna go. I ain't finished. You feel me? And keep pushing. That's what that shit is. You don't never stop pushing. You fucking you always just reinvent yourself. And so that's just how that shit. You just gotta always stay the course of that. When you do that, you good. But nah, that's I don't went everywhere with the politics. Now we finna kick it to the second half. Second half basically I wish I had some relevant topics. I'm gonna start like writing down all my relevant topics and shit. But yeah. Thank you, boo. And I'm gonna start. I'm finna start me a podcast, and I'm gonna be talking about like the relevant topics and shit, and and stuff like that. I'm my music. I ain't. I gotta write this raw song for my daughter. I already wrote it, but it's like the deepest shit I ever wrote, and it's like a art. So it's for my baby. So it's like I really gotta I really gotta take my time with it because and craft it because it's just adorable. And then just same thing for my OG. My OG, I got a hook and a verse. It's a throwback verse. I gotta go dig through a whole bunch of shit to get through because like I got so many songs on goddamn paper and I done digitized some shit. It's just so many damn songs and music. And that's what really finna be the second half is gonna be like the art, me showing my movie, like so I wrote like a book one time, right? One time I went through a situation in life. I was in a situation, and these dudes had something unique rocking. It was like 20 of them, and they all started with one dude. He wrote the first paragraph, and then he passed the book and then everybody wrote a paragraph and they just go on, they read the paragraph before them and then they finish it as they going. And so then what you got is a unique book. But the book is only about the town, so you couldn't participate if you wasn't from the town. And they just talk about shit from the town. And then they created a raw ass story about the town. It was some dope shit. This was like a long time ago. I witnessed this shit. And then it made me write a book by myself because I couldn't participate because I wasn't from the town. And I had wrote me a book and I still got that book. And I never like I talked to a publisher before at a poetry event that I had placed second place in. But point is though, you say you yeah, so it's just all in all, I don't even know what the hell that is, bro. I need to do this for my city. If you talking about what I think you talking about, I don't even speak of such. I don't even know of such really, so I couldn't even speak of such because I don't know of such. So I don't. I don't know what the hell that is. But yeah, so fucking out in my art nature, I was like writing, putting my plays together, and I got inspired because I had not seen some shit of a about Tyler Perry and it just put a different light on it to me. I was like, damn, dog, how he been writing on his shit. My mama was the first to watch his plays. Like, I'm talking about she had the tape where the shit was looking crazy. And I'm like, what the hell is this?